From the copyrights to the trademarks to the production to the marketing. You know, if you think about this industry, there's every opportunity across all paths of education involved. And so it's probably not a single person here, regardless of how you're involved in the industry, that can't find a way to open the door to the career. What's the spark that set the career path? You know, today I'm in digital media, working at a mobile app development company. I don't really worry much about the content. I worry about the platforms and the technology that underpin that. But I can apply that to music. So I ask you all to think about, how do you apply? You know, Victor and Leo's vision was, you know, coming from the music industry and coming from the changes in the industry. And I was talking here to some friends about, you know, we're at the place for change in the industry at an incredibly fast pace. And I would argue that some of the kids over here are probably more in touch with what's really happening in music than some of the businesses that we all may be relying on. So that's the pathway, is connecting the dots between the talent and the gap inside the boardroom, right? That's the change, right? We don't often own things. How do they own the intellectual property? How do they create the process? That's the educational value. Is all the things that go in the food chain to owning, controlling, and so that's the idea behind a company putting it behind it, because Digital Hollywood exists on that company mentality, right? Where all the companies up and down the food chain in technology and entertainment. And so how do we take talent that has a very specific interest, and I would argue, with Leo probably back me up, urban music is the music business, right? That's where it is. So if there's an opportunity to leapfrog that, or to put the tools of technology that we're all discussing that's going to change the world in the hands of the people that are going to create it, then that's potentially it. And I want to use that as a segue to Ms. Sanderlin. Dr. Sanderlin is at Foster Elementary School and dealing with the youngest of the kids that are coming through the pipeline. And I'd really love for you to share how your program is working and what you've been able to do with folks like William Morris and the rest, even at the age that you're seeing.
Well, thank you. Good evening to everyone. First, I would like to say I've been a principal for now 18 years. It does not look like it, I know. That was just my own path. But what I learned about in being a principal is that you first have to have a mindset that our kids deserve the best. And about 10 years ago, 2 words came to my mind, and those 2 words were, why not? Why not our kids get the best that any other school has or any other area has, even with a high percentage of poverty, a high percentage of foster home, as well as just children who kind of saw the future very bleak. And so we began this wonderful partnership with the William Morris Endeavor Entertainment Talent Agency. And that agency had the same vision that was there at the time, which was a why not attitude. And we came together, and from that time we were able to remodel schools. I mean, when I say remodel schools, I mean, I totally believe that environment plays a big part in the child's education. Wanting to come to a place where it looks like different possibly from their home. Having a beautiful tennis court on their campus. We were able to have a putting green on the campus. And these are many, many other things. A wonderful staff lounge for the teachers. Trees around the campus, just a beautification that would be a wonderful platform for their future. So when I met with William Morris, it began a springboard for many other partners. And so it changed my mentality from being just a principal to a partnership principal. And what does that mean? I mean, I believe in developing partners in the community because one, it's not only good for the school, but the children have a pathway to get into businesses, into their lives. And so instead of complaining like most of us do in education, I decided to reach out to businesses who were willing to reach out to me. And so over the 6 years to 10 years, I've developed 75 partners that have helped me to remodel the schools, to provide additional extended education, academics, enrichment, and the arts. And so a day in the life of my school at Foster, our children who in private schools would normally charge, our children for free have music every day in their classroom. United, I heard that we have music, United Music here, but we also have Education Through Music Los Angeles, who provides in their core curriculum, which you know that music has been pulled away, has been brought back. And so every child, it's not an after-school afterthought, but every child is rotated through music, which is a wonderful break of the day to hear music through your campus. And to have Shakespeare provided, and dance, and drumming, and yes, photography for our students who are taking pictures of things that are showing you what's in their minds and what's in their hearts, besides what we profile them to be. I'm happy to say that our children are also exposed to writing and Glee Club, as well as drama and theater with the 24 Arts, 24th Street Theater program. So our children have City Hearts, we have, again, Ellen Show. The Ellen Show did a wonderful piece on us, and Ellen DeGeneres gave us $50,000 toward additional programming and additional activities for our children because she heard, now she called the school because she heard about that we were doing something different. And it's interesting to know that there are individuals out there who heard that there's something different and who attach themselves to that mentality. I'm really excited because this is really the tipping point to what our children can do. This makes learning fun and learning engaged. We were able to do even more than that. We're now, William Morris, the WME company, has also adopted and partnered with Whaley Middle School, which is the feeder school, so the children continue these programs, not only from elementary, middle, and they've already have partnered with the high school that they will be attending. The children don't even realize it, that they're going to be in these wonderful programs that feed along their lives. It's wonderful because even one of the agents has already paid for one of the children's college education. Those types of things, I think, spur with the why not attitude. And so next year, what I will be doing is working with other principals to also have that mentality as well. To get out, to have a different thought, to know that there's more out there than just within the four walls of their schools, and realize that the future is very, very reachable. So we're not looking for role models, we're looking for real models. And those real models are out there. And with that mentality, it seems like we're beginning to draw that change of light of what people think about Compton. There's so many great things happening, but it's the opportunity gap that we're trying to close. We hear the achievement gap, it's really an opportunity. And so with that, we're really excited about what the future holds with that. I'm also looking for the 76th partner, and I know they're in this room. And so before the evening is done, I will be meeting with many of you, seeing how you can reach into our children's lives, because trust me, they will reach into yours.
Oh, nice.
Next, I'd like for Kashif, really, you've done work with your nonprofit, you work with kids and foster kids particularly, and you just share a little bit of your experiences to how you've used music as a tool to help some of the kids.
Well, I think the simplest thing that I can say is that I started out playing music when I was in the 4th grade. I was raised in 8 different foster homes in Brooklyn, New York. My junior high school teacher recognized that I had a musical talent, and he would show up at my house at 6 o'clock in the morning and take me to school and teach me the instruments in the orchestra. And so fast forward, my first hit record, I think it was in 1980. It was a song called I'm in Love with Evelyn Champagne.
Oh, wow.
And then my whole life changed. From there, I've written and produced songs for Whitney Houston, Kenny G, George Benson, Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey, Barry White, Stylistics, Harry White, blah, 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 blah. But the thing that excites me most about my life is that I've been able to sort of package what happened for me, that I had someone who was engaged and someone that created a continuum. It wasn't just, for a month or 2 months. It was for the whole time I was in junior high school. I had a caring and loving adult that gave me a gift that no matter what home I was being transferred to, I could take that music with me and express myself. And I think that when we talk about our young people, you know, particularly those in foster care, that's my track, that's what I do, that's what I love, is that there's a lot of healing that has to happen, and the healing won't happen unless those young people are able to express themselves in some type of way, whether it's music, whether it's dance, whether it's film, or whatever. The healing starts when they're able to share. And so I've started a program called Kashif University. Our first campus is on the campus of Morningside High School. We have 165 youth in foster care. It's an arts and academic program. These kids love to come to school on Saturday morning. You can't get kids to come to school, they really go to school during the week, but on a Saturday morning, they get in there and they do their academics, and then they launch into whatever their artistic choice is. And from those choices, there's been so many studies that talk about the benefits of music for a young person. Firstly, if they're studying music at a young age, their brain develops more strongly in certain areas that benefit their lives greatly. So more cognitive skills, problem solving, creative thinking, critical thinking. These are all just some of the areas where a young person begins to flourish in the ways that we hope they would. And so I love this idea of having these programs on a high school level. The interesting thing on ours is that we have kids from 8 to 18 that are in our campus and in our program. We have some youth are nonverbal youth, and we're affecting their lives. So when I go to sleep at night, you know, I see those sheep, you know, jumping for me because I'm content to know that I'm not giving back. And people, I hear a lot of people say, oh yeah, because she was giving back. No, I'm living my purpose. And the difference between giving back, and this is my 41st year in music and entertainment. And I see a lot of folks who take photo ops. You know, oh yeah, we're helping build houses. Yeah, you hammered one nail and they shot. They made that shot. But the difference between giving back, which I think is the photo op, and living your purpose, is that you're doing that which you would do for free. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't doing a whole lot for free, but I'm doing what's in what God put in my heart. There's got to be a reason that I came through 8 different foster homes, many of them neglectful and abusive, to having the wonderful 41-year career that I have been enjoying. And so it's got to be past the Grammys, the money, the girls, the houses, the cars. There's got to be a deeper purpose, and that deeper purpose is reflected and expressed through Kashif University. We have one standing now. We're opening 2 more, and we hope to duplicate the program all over the country.
Nice.
So I want to offer a few comments from Angela Turner.
I don't want to go after this. All the educators on the panel, I'd like to have my seat moved.
No, Angela, because, so what you need to know is Angela was one of the first people in the corporate environment that Kevin, and if you've ever met Kevin, he's relentless. But he was relentless in calling Angela, and Angela actually called back. And Angela said, whatever you need, we at Revolt want to help.
Wonderful.
And I have to tell you honestly, we've heard people say they want to help, and we've been on this journey for 3 years, just trying to pull the right people together. But I can tell you that every time we call Angela's office, every time we've asked something from her to her boss who reports directly to Sean Combs, she's opened up her facility, opened up her Rolodex, the head of HR, offered to help kids find out how to get interviews and all the rest. I just really I can't say enough about how important it is that Angela showed the belief in the kids, like she just showed here, to be willing to give them an opportunity almost sight unseen. Before Mr. Brownlee ever stepped up and said he would help us, Angela was like, look, if you get this done, I'm there. So Angela, please.
So I'm an inner city and I've had the opportunity, right?
Yes.
So as an executive who has had the opportunity, I have been blessed that I'm now at a company that is multicultural, that is multi-ethnic, that is millennial focused, that is clearly branded in culture and music. And it is an honor and a blessing that I've had the meeting of corporate experience and being the only minority in a room at Sony and at Fox and at Turner and at Paramount to have been hired by our CEO at Revolt. And we walk the walk and we talk the talk, and we are very much about artists and how to engage artists and our youth and welcoming content from students like you. So I look forward to seeing your content on Revolt. I'm going to get it from Larry, and we will air that.
Yeah.
So, as a company, Revolt is a cable content provider, and we're owned by Sean Puff Daddy Diddy Puff, Mr. C, or the chairman, as we call him in the office. And we are applauded for doing what is right. And we are here to give back, and we are here to do what we can to welcome content and encourage and support and be the voice for the future of the next generation of artists, music, writers, content providers, producers, shooters. I remember an early meeting we had at Revolt, and one of the kids, as we call them, because we have the executives and we have the kids. And the kids wanted to do a promo called hashtag support the shooter. Okay, all the kids loved it. Us adults were like, what the hell? But you get that, right? Support the shooter. So that's what we are very much about. And I encourage all of our other executives in the room, or otherwise, there is nothing too small that can be done. There is never too much time to take a call. These guys have called me on the way to the airport. I have used my airplane Wi-Fi to write them back. They're sending emails. So we support what is happening because it is the right thing to do. And we always want the support at Revolt. We are independent owned. We are minority owned. So we need support and we give support. And we're here and we're glad to be a part of what Dakar is doing with content.